What's up, guys? Brian here. Just thought I would take you guys on this short little video. I haven't done a video in a while. I'm going to be changing the filters, the fuel filters on the dump truck. So I thought I'd take you guys along for the ride. It's really not hard at all. It's pretty easy. There's basically two filters, or three filters. One's a water fuel separator. So I figure what we'll do is we'll change the primary and the secondary filter, and then we'll fire it up, let it run for a little bit, and then we will change the water separator. That way we're not changing all of them at once and then trying to get all that fuel back in the line. It will be a lot harder on the motor. So those are the two fuel filters right there. We have the primary fuel filter on the left and the secondary fuel filter on the right. Not rocket science. Let's see, can I set you guys right there? Can you see it? There you go. So what we'll do is we'll do the primary filter first. And what you do is you take your fuel filter, you take this plastic off of it, of course, and then you fill this up with diesel, right? And you kind of want this kind of fast, like changing the filters, you know. Let's see. Just put you guys right there. See if you guys can kind of see the fuel filter I got right here. I'm gonna fill this up. Sorry about that, guys. At least you can see me still, maybe. Okay, did you guys see that? Sorry, I was filling up this fuel filter right here. So that's the primary filter. We're going to change the primary filter right now. Let's see if we can get this guy to stay. There we go. Okay. Okay, so this right here is instructions on how tight you have to tighten it, right? Basically, you want to oil it, which I already did that. As soon as it touches right? Step 3, as soon as it touches, then you go 3/4 of a turn past, right? That's the instructions. Best way is just to tighten these suckers down as tight as you can get them. Yeah, don't tighten them too tight, because then you don't want to strip the threads on those. Where did the other fill filter go? Oh, here it is. Sorry about that. What are you guys up to? Okay, got this secondary filter right here. You can tell which one's the secondary and the primary because the secondary has a smaller inlet or outlet, whatever you want to call it, for the fuel than the primary. And we'll dump these out so you guys can see what's in them. If, you know, why not? Why not? Sorry guys, I would turn you, but you'd probably fall off the tire again. I'm just over here filling this filter. Okay, got the second filter done. Let's take this one off. Is that tightening? That's tightening. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, now that we got those new two new filters, eventually we're gonna take a look at these two filters. They look semi-clean from just the top. This one, you can see there's a little more, maybe a little more particles around here. And the other one. So we're gonna start this up. Shouldn't have a problem with it starting. I'm gonna disconnect this real quick though, in case we have to do a lot of cranking. I don't want the trailer lights on. Trailer lights stay on this thing, so best to turn them off. We may have to do a little bit of cranking. Let's see. Okay. No cranking at all. But we're gonna leave it idle for a little bit. Make sure that the air bubble passes through, and make sure we're not leaking any fuel either. That looks like fuel that's just been sitting there. I'm gonna go grab a rag. I'm gonna take these two also. Sorry about the view, guys. You gotta watch this filter till I walk over to my shop real quick so I can grab a rag, and then we can dump these bad boys out and take a look at them. Okay, got one sitting there, one sitting there. Okay, they're sitting there just fine. Let's go get a rag. We'll dry that filter off, that way we know if it's leaking at all. That's one nice thing about these Detroits. I mean, it started right up. Like if this was a Cat or a Cummins, there's no way. You have to prime it and prime it and prime it. And it would just, it would suck the life out of the battery. Of course, filling them up helps too. That's one of the tricks you gotta do. If you don't do that, then you could really, you know, pumping a lot of air through there. Not necessarily the best idea. Okay. This last filter we're gonna change is the one I dislike the most. Mainly because if you see the lines in there, that blue line is kind of pushing up against it, and it's a real pain to get it threaded in there just right. So it looks like we got the air out of the system. Okay, I'll shut this off. And then we will change that last filter and then fire it up again. Okay, this is the one that's going to make the biggest mess. Let's see. Can I flip you guys this way? There we go. Okay. If I set you guys right, let's see, I'm gonna have to put something underneath that. Okay. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to set up my little redneck tripod. Ah, dang it. Basically, it's a rock that I'm putting up against this little kickstand that the phone has. Give me a second. Okay. Alright. So, real quick, what you want to do is, this is the one that has a whole bunch of different gaskets and stuff, so you gotta take this off. Give me a second, I'll show you. Okay, you got two sides. You got this side, and then you got this side, right? Obviously, this is the side that goes on the up. And then you got this bag of O-rings right here, right? So go ahead and take these O-rings out. Okay, those are out. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna loosen this bad boy up. See why I hate this one? This one's such a pain. Okay, that might be loose enough to get it with my hand. Alright. Yeah, it is. There we go. Okay. Okay, great. Spilled diesel all over my hand. There we go. Okay. This one's looking kind of cruddy inside. You can see the black stuff right there. Yeah, that's definitely some gunk. Look at that. Definitely a good time to change the filter. This one's probably getting plugged up. So, let's see here. Switch you guys over to this way. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, now what we need to do is I'm gonna go grab a pan to dump that in. We got to take the bottom part of that filter off so we can reuse the bottom part. It's not filter, it's just the drain part. So I'm gonna go get a pan and then I'll be right back. Well guys, I wish I had a cleaner pan to dump this in, but I don't. Didn't really prepare for this as good as I should have. But I'll tell you what, I'll scrape one side clean, that way you can no, that's not even worth it. Okay, screw that. We're just gonna dump this in here. And then you can kind of see if any particles come out or anything. So we'll dump it into there. Definitely some water in there. You can tell what the water is. It looks like little bubbles underneath the fuel. Okay, we got most of that drained. Now I'm going to take this bottom part off and then we'll clean that out. Give me a second. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this bottom part off. Oh man, that's on there. Okay, I may have to go stick this in the vise. Try one more time. Or maybe like this. Come on, get on there. Of course, I put it on backwards too. Okay, let's try this. Wait, I did put it on the right way. Okay. No, I can't budge it. All right, let's go over to the vise and we'll loosen this bad boy up at the vise. Sometimes these things, what happens is the heat gets on it and then really, you know, keeps it on there. Let's see. Put you guys right there. That's a good spot. There we go. Okay. You guys are going to want to see this part. that ain't very clear, is it? So give me a second. What we'll do is we'll take this cardboard box and we'll pour the diesel into that. That way you can see if there's any particles in there instead of dumping it into that dirty pan. Okay. I'm gonna dump this in here and then over the pan, obviously. Oh yeah, there's definitely some gunk in there. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see, there's some gunk in there. There's a little bit, see the black? This is a pretty clean box. You can see the particles that are in there. Definitely some particles in there. Okay. Not really sure what those black particles were from. They were from something, no? Okay. We got that all cleaned out. This O-ring right here goes on here first. And this screws onto the bottom of the black side. Alright, just like that. And we fill this bad boy up with clean fuel, obviously. Okay, whoa, don't move. It's trying to move on me. Okay. Once you got it full, then you want to take this black one right here, put this on here. Make sure you get some diesel all the way around it. Helps seal it. Okay. Then what you want to do is there's another tiny ring. There's one already on the thing, so I'm going to take that off, put the new one on. Not that it really matters, because that one is pretty dang new anyways. See, it's in pretty good shape. Put that one on. Okay, now take and we screw this on. See if I can get you guys where you can see this. Trust me, it's a real pain. Of course, I'm going to spill fuel everywhere. Okay, guys. Okay, now I'll dry my hands off real quick here. Got some diesel on me. Man, diesel does wonders for the skin, guys. Just kidding. Okay. Get this bad boy on here. There we go. Okay. Now, this is the one where the truck probably isn't going to want to start as easy. Okay. This is where the air bubbles get into the system. More than the, for some reason, more than the primary and secondary. Because what happens is when you change that, the fuel lines drain into the tank. Right? So, hopefully that isn't the case, and we'll get this thing fired right up. Okay, fired right up. Let's see if well, doesn't look like we're having any problems. Pretty sweet. I thought for sure we were gonna have to crank it a few times, but apparently not. So I'm gonna take this rag and clean this one off a little bit. Don't forget to pound that like button, folks. As always, check out the Instagram, Patreon, everything else, Facebook. Hope you guys had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And stay tuned for more videos coming up, probably within the next month or so. We're going to be going down to the property, maybe tomorrow, maybe Saturday. I just dropped off the backhoe earlier today at the property. We only got the dozer here. Just dropped off the backhoe at the property, so we're gonna go and we're going to be clearing the road. Also, pretty soon, we're gonna have a sawmill. We're gonna buy a small portable sawmill and take you guys along for that ride, saw some boards up so we can build our outbuildings for the business. So I'll catch you guys later, and you guys have a good one.